Okay. So this is Grow Your Business with AI-Powered Tools by Google. This presentation has been adapted by a Grow with Google video presentation. Grow with Google is a training series that Google offers for business owners, job seekers, and other individuals. Um, a link to the full video that this presentation was adapted from is also at the end of this PowerPoint presentation. So let's go all the way back, okay, to when the internet first came to be in the mid to late 90s and how that changed our environment. We may not remember what our first web search was, but all had that feeling of this is something new. This is going to change the world. And so it did. It created e-commerce, and e-commerce changed how the world did business. No longer did you have to go to a brick and mortar store. You could online shop with organizations. And nowadays, you can even just use a mobile app. A lot of us have apps on our phones that we can just engage with retailers, and that's how we shop now. And then in 2007, smartphones changed how the world accessed the internet. So you didn't have to be on a desktop at home with dial-up. We now have supercomputers in the palm of our hands and in our pockets. So now the next big thing after the event of smartphones, um, that came with social media. And now social media, businesses and customers now have 24/7 access to one another. So gone are the days of business hours. Customers can reach out to most businesses 24/7. And AI is the next big shift. AI is something that if you can imagine it, you can create it. AI can be used to create images, interact with customers in a more efficient way, and so much more. So Google is making AI work for everyone. To make it work, and then to make it more helpful for businesses and individuals. So here are some things that is doing. Google is using AI to tackle both big and small challenges. AI is being used in business today to help businesses grow and thrive. For example, the company SpeakCo. SpeakCo is a language learning app that records an individual's pronunciation and speech, and will provide real-time feedback on that individual's progress. Speako is using AI to upskill their business to assist with the language learners. It even includes nudges to slow down if individuals are speaking too fast, or nudges to speed up if individuals are speaking too slow. And currently, Speako has 300,000 registered users. Now, this is a great example of how AI is being used in business, but you may not have realized that you are using AI as well, and have been for a while. For example, if you use any sort of streaming platform like Netflix or Hulu, and you see shows that you might like because you watched XYZ show, that is a form of artificial intelligence or AI. AI is being used to improve productivity and accelerate learning as well. For example, spell check or translate or Google Translate or Google Maps or even mobile bank deposits are all using AI. For example, with the mobile bank deposits, if you scan that check that you are looking to deposit and it reads the amount that you are looking to deposit, artificial intelligence is doing that. Now, with all of that, even though we are using it in our day-to-day lives now with streaming platforms and mobile banking, there is still hesitation in using AI, which is understandable. In the form of business, you just need to realize that you're not competing against AI. you're still competing against businesses that are already using AI. According to a survey of 2,000 small and medium-sized business owners, 82% of small business leaders who are already using AI have seen positive outcomes. So let's take a look at one of those businesses. So let me just.
I can't hear it.
My apologies, 1 second on that. Let me see what is going on. That is because I forgot to click a button. My apologies for that.
We're very vibrant and colorful people. I wanted to bring that into my beauty brand. Turquoise and your yellows and your reds and your dusk, sunset, sunrise colors. Growing up Chicana and indigenous culture, tradition was the center of everything that we did. And we do, still to this day. I'm Cece, and I'm the founder and CEO of Prados Beauty.
Now she glows to the gods.
When I was 27, I went to cosmetology school, and I was working backstage at New York Fashion Week. I was in the hub of the makeup world, but no one looked like me. I was tired of being unseen. I have daughters who are also indigenous, and I don't ever want them to feel how I felt in that moment. So I started Prados Beauty in my daughter's nursery. When she would take naps, I would work in there and just start doodling and creating things. But not having a business background, I needed to research and really learn about what I was doing. I started going to the University of Google, as we call it. June of 2019, I launched my website, and then a few years later, I took part in our Grow with Google event. When I first learned about AI, I was like,
Oh my gosh, like robots are gonna take over the world.
but this gave me the opportunity to learn about AI, specifically Gemini from Google. I thought this could help my business in a big, big way. So I use Gemini to learn about things like what SEO is and what keywords are important to my brand specifically. But I also use it for creative, fun stuff.
Help me write a social media post using this image. Make it fun and trendy. Oh, how cute!
Also things like packaging ideas. I can take those ideas to my team and say, hey, this is an idea, but I want to tweak it a little bit. Something that would take me all day or even 2 days to do, I can do it, in an hour. It's very helpful for me and my business.
Hi, I'm Cece Meadows, and I'm going to be doing a orange minimalistic look.
For me, makeup is more than just something that you put on your face.
I'm gonna take this pretty light blue.
It allows the world to see you how you want to be seen.
Can't forget the lip gloss.
I always give credit to my Prados because I love them.
To create something that helps someone feel and look beautiful. It's not just an honor for me to be able to do it, but to do it in a way that pays homage and respect to those that came before me. I think that is a big driver of why Prados has been successful in this space.
In today's presentation, I will explain AI at a...
right. So in today's presentation, we will go over AI at an extremely high level, and how Google AI can be used to make your business more productive. So let's just first start off with an introduction to AI. What AI is, or artificial intelligence, what it is they are computer programs that can complete cognitive tasks typically associated with human intelligence. And AI at its foundation has different rules that are used to set up it as a program. And one of those, early in the early stages of AI and still being used today, one of those ground rules was rules-based programming, which, for example, is your email spam filter. When someone sends you an email and it is marked as flagged, artificial intelligence has quickly scanned that email to see if there were any red flags. Like if there is a bunch of links that you can click on, or if there's a bunch of typos, or it just seems or it's from an unknown source. And when it is automatically filtered into your spam folder, that is artificial intelligence. Another rule that is a little bit more advanced than the rules-based programs is machine learning, which is a subfield of AI. And what machine learning is it uses algorithms trained on data to produce models that can perform complex tasks. So going back to that email spam filter example, if sometimes your email might be sent to review, for you to review, to say, oh, this might be flagged as spam, but we want your opinion on it, and for you to just make sure. And if you marked that email safe, emails from that sender will go through to your normal inbox going forward. Machine learning is designed for adaptability and flexibility. And then there are language models, which are kind of like a step above machine learning. And as you'll see through all the examples that I talk about with these different models, they all progress on one another and grow from one another. So with language models, they are used to predict what word comes next in the sequence. So for example, if you type the words peanut butter and it will predict that the next word is probably jelly, because those words often go together. Another example would be fish and chips might be another example, as what would be considered to be the most likely next word. Predictive text is kind of what we call these language models. And then we're taking it a step further to large language models. And you can think of large language models as just a souped up basic language model. Large language models learn language patterns. They can also complete cognitive tasks like generating text, translating languages, creating content, and answering questions. So for example, Google Translate is a good example of a large language model. Which now takes us to generative AI, or Gen AI, which is probably what brought you to this workshop tonight. Gen AI can be used to create new content such as text, images, videos, code, and music. It learns patterns from existing data to build on new experiences. Right now, this technology is currently under development and is rapidly changing every day, every hour, every minute, even every second. But you may have not been aware that you are already using generative AI. If you use Google Assistant or Siri, all of those are considered Gen AI, or even an online chat bot if you're chatting with Xfinity, for example, that's what I was doing the other day, and I was using an online chat bot before I got to a customer service agent. That is generative AI. Okay. So how can Google AI help make your business more productive? As I mentioned, as a note, these tools are rapidly changing and may look different within minutes of this workshop or even months from this workshop. So the examples that I am going to go over with you. Just make sure, set for the next example. Okay, so back to the Pareto's Beauty example. So Pareto's had very humble beginnings, as we saw. It started in CC Meadows' daughter's nursery. And she is continuing to build, CC is continuing to build her company by using AI. So the first example of how you can use AI to help make your business more productive is to jumpstart your research product or projects. And that just starts with a basic Google search, which we do multiple times a day. But now Google Gemini has been adapted into normal Google searches and other Google products. So now you can think of your search as a supercharged search. So you may have seen when you do a Google search that now it comes with AI overviews. But not every search does have an AI overview. It can You can ask anything, you can get inspired and find out what you're looking for in faster and easier ways with insights from the web. And it was publicly rolled out in May of 2024. So let's try it out. So we will go into a Google search so we can see how that looks. Okay, so I will use the example from Pareto's Beauty. One thing that CC Meadows may look up is makeup trends in 2025. Let's just do just makeup trends. And now it's not gonna. I tried this one earlier and it worked. Let's do just beauty trends. Oh, wondering if maybe if it's because I'm in an incognito Google. So let me go into a not incognito Google. Okay. Well, it's worth a shot. Let me go back to the PowerPoint deck. So I recommend trying out some of your searches, and you will see an AI overview at the top sometimes. And what these AI overviews do is they will compile a bunch of data from the internet and give you a little brief summary at the beginning of your search. Some people may not like that, which is what I'm thinking may have caused our little hiccup today, is because I tried this out. If you start your search with -AI and then answer your question or ask your question, it will remove the AI overview function from your search. And right now, AI overviews are being gradually made available in more languages and regions in the world. So the second way that Google AI can make your business more productive is through brainstorming ideas and sparking creativity. So as we saw in the Pareto Beauty example, CC was taking a picture of a few different lipsticks and asked Google Gemini to create a social media post for her. Um, Google Gemini was introduced in December of 2023. Gemini is not a single tool, it is an ecosystem that brings together Google tools and AI models. Gemini mostly works behind the scenes to power various Google products like Google Workspace, Google Docs, all of pretty much majority of the Google suite offering. But you can also access it through gemini.google.com. It is designed for advanced reasoning tasks across different mediums like text, images, video, audio, and even coding. It is designed for understanding, summarizing, reasoning, coding, and planning. Currently, it is now publicly available in over 230 countries and 40 languages. And it can pull information from Google tools like Google Workspace, YouTube, Maps. It can create images and publicly share documents with one click. Gemini can also help with coding in over 20 programming languages, at all experience levels. A little caveat with this one is if you are using it for coding, be sure to check the code and test the code and make sure that there are no bugs in it. It is not perfect. No AI system is. So you always want to use AI as a tool and not the end all be all. Okay, so before we go and test out Google Gemini, some tips of making a strong, high quality prompt for Google Gemini. The first one is you kind of want to create a persona that the AI module can use. So for example, we are going to be a manager at a large sales company. And then you want to give it a task, what needs to be done. And you can break it down into manageable steps. So for example, you are the manager of a sales team and you want to write a thank you note to a member of your sales team for doing a great job. You want to include the audience. So with this example that I just mentioned, where our audience is a member of our sales team. You want to provide context for that. So we can even let Gemini know that we're letting them know that they did a great job for closing this real big deal that we really wanted to have done. You want to give Google Gemini framework. So describe the format and tone of what you are wanting the message to be. So you can you want to make it more professional or more casual. You just got to let Gemini know. And then the sixth one is to keep trying. A little note is to never include private or sensitive information. As AI is getting introduced into more and more fields, we're learning more and more about it. But a major issue and concern is sharing sensitive information and what it is and what the AI is actually absorbing. With Gemini, you can also view other drafts. So if you didn't like the first prompt or the first result that you received, Gemini gives you up to 3 different alternatives. So first thing with AI, and as we're going to try this out, is to don't overthink the initial prompt. You can give the AI module basics and then see what comes up, and then you can always ask it to modify it. You always want to review the output or the result of what you are asking. That way, because it may generate inaccurate information. When you are using AI, if you are using AI in a professional setting, you want to be transparent about your use of AI. So you can say, this was created, if you are quoting the AI module, you could just make sure that you are saying that this came from Google Gemini or ChatGPT. and really just make sure to use it as a tool to not just copy and paste. Okay, so let's try Gemini out for a little bit. So we're going to write a thank you note for a customer who recently made a purchase on our business's website. And then we'll take it one step further on to add a specific detail from the conversation. So let's go into Google Gemini. And we are already signed in. So you will need a Google account to use Gemini. So let's ask it to help us write a thank you note to one of our customers. Let's say for a recent purchase they made online. Okay. And then as we can see here, it came out with a prompt within seconds. And it says, thank you for your recent purchase online. We can include our store name. We really appreciate you choosing us. We're thrilled about, and then you can mention the specific item that you can say. We can mention the 5 to 7 days for shipping, and there we go. And then it even gave us some additional things that we may want to include, like a thank you discount code, or mention a specific detail about the order. If you have a loyalty program, you can mention it. Now say you don't really like anything involved in this, or you only like a small portion of it. You can click on this regenerate button and it will give us a new prompt. You can see this one's a little shorter, but we don't lose that first prompt. So you can take the information you like from the first result and the second result to combine and make that thank you letter for that customer. Now we want to add a specific detail. So we can say, can you add in that this customer has been a loyal customer for 10 years since we started our business. Okay, and it now includes that detail in our letter. So you can add on to it, you can play around with it. It's a fun tool to play around with and to see what comes up. Okay. So the last tip that we have and how Google AI can help make your business more productive is you can use it to boost productivity. So you may have seen if you use Gmail as your email account, you may have seen Gmail has added a feature called Smart Compose, which helps you write emails faster. And it helps you complete a sentence by suggesting words as you type. It's designed to provide words in a sequence. And you may have also noticed when you reply to an email, there might be a smart reply. So it may say like, thank you so much, or let's schedule the meeting for next week. Those all might be various smart replies. Smart replies tend to be a more generic sense. So if you want to include more details, you still can. With Gmail Smart Reply, you can click on that button and you can still add more to that email if you wanted to. It won't automatically send that email as an email reply. You may have also seen other features in Gmail, like a tabbed inbox, like your primary, promotions, socials, etc. What Gmail has done and what Google has done is it will look at who the sender is and kind of filter out those emails into certain different tab inboxes. So if you get an email from Facebook, it will probably put that in your socials inbox. Or if you get an email that says, today only discount code is, that'll probably get filtered into your promotions inbox. There's also summary cards in Gmail. And what summary cards do is it looks for specific information in the email to provide a summary at the top. So the most common is for travel accommodations or reservations or other events or calendar invites, those types of things. You may have also seen in Gmail that sometimes Gmail will nudge you as a reminder to reply to your email. It might say, it's been 7 days since you have received this email. Do you want to reply? And that will be moved to the top of your inbox. Nudges can also be used to help you or to remind you about emails that you sent out and may have not gotten a reply. So tools for marketing and measurements for how AI tools can help your business. So Google Ads has been updated with Gemini, and it can combine your experience with Google AI to create better search ads. As you can see in that example from Pareto, she was using Gemini to think of search engine optimization or SEO terms. So that can help you with your ad results. It can be used to create new headlines, suggest images, and so much more. We won't be going into Google Ads in detail tonight, but if you want to learn more, the URL is on that slide. To talk about how Google Ads has kind of been upskilled a little bit is through Performance Max. And Performance Max helps you drive better results across your Google channels. By using Performance Max, it helps businesses drive marketing campaign performance through AI and sets conversion standards. Businesses that use Performance Max see an average increase of 27% more conversions from their ads or value at a similar cost per action. And then there's the link to learn more about Performance Max. So for the next step of Merchant Center, which is another Google product, Gen AI has been used in Merchant Center through their product studio to help create custom product images. It is a free tool as of right now because it is still in its experimental stages. And you can automatically add to Google search results, shopping ads, Performance Max campaigns, and more. And then with Google Analytics, machine learning helps you understand and act on that data. It helps identify trends with your ads and other analytics for your website. It helps monitor your website traffic and helps understand your visitors. And then these insights can help you explain the trends, changes, and also provide opportunities for your business. So Google's philosophy around AI is the only way to be truly bold is to bold in the future is to be responsible from the start. So to look at Google's responsibility principles, you can go to ai.google/responsibility/principles. So some final takeaways from this evening. Artificial intelligence describes, or AI, describes computer programs that can complete cognitive tasks typically associated with human intelligence. Google aims to make AI helpful for everyone. They're committed to responsibly building products and platforms for billions of people. And lastly, 82% of small businesses who are using AI say that they have seen positive outcomes such as cost savings, improved productivity, and more sales.